In the next segment, chapter 14 of Deuteronomy, and the date is, let me look at it, make sure it didn't change on me. It's still September 30th, so we're in the middle of the night. What hour are we at? Oh, nuts. It's 1:21 a.m. I started on chapter 12 in Deuteronomy, and I just completed 13. We went in other areas of the book a couple of times. I didn't do much straying tonight because this is pretty powerful stuff. It might not seem like that to somebody that might be reading this or hearing this. But one day, if you finally do decide to follow and observe all the commandments and statutes of God, He's going to bring this stuff to your remembrance and guide you through it. You will not succeed to be a part of the everlasting life that has been prepared for some people, not all. You will not make it by disobeying God. We're just talking about it right here. His commandment back in them days for these people where they came out of Egypt and they were going across the land, so they had to march through some towns and cities and stuff. It was all evil out there. There wasn't any good stuff. Once in a while you'd find somebody good, of course. And God made arrangements for them. Consider the city of Jericho and the harlot that had her house up on the wall around the city. She protected the spies that went out to check things out. I think it might have been, not sure on this because my brain don't work too good anymore. Maybe it was Joshua and Caleb that went. She was a good person. Although she lived in the city and did stuff, God changed her heart. And He also said to her, bring in your family and we will spare you. She did that. I don't know how many people, but there are some good people out there. Not all Muslims are bad. It's what they teach that's bad. There's evil in that. And Barack Obama is right in the front of the line. Chapter 14, Deuteronomy. Ye are the children of the Lord your God. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. He's talking about all the crap that the evil people do. He says, don't do it. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto Himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. He's talking about the nation of Israel over there. You see how good Trump is to Israel and how bad Barack Obama was? Huh? You see, Israel is of God. Barack Obama is of Allah. the Muslim. That's Satan. That black communist Muslim is a devil. He is filled with evil. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Now here's Moses talking to the peeps, giving them the commandments and the ordinances and the statutes. One day maybe I'll just look up each one of them and read the definition of all of them. I already did it a few times, but like I said, the memory banks don't work too much. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the hart, that's H-A-R-T, hot, and the roebuck, and the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the pygog. Let me see if I can find out what that is. Wait a minute. And the wild ox, and the chamois, C-H-A-M-O-I-S, chamois. Let me see here. Fallow deer, pygog. Wow, this is interesting. Oh. That's a buffalo, man. I eat buffalo. I like buffalo. Man, you could spice that up so nice. And every beast that parteth the hoof, and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among beasts, that ye shall eat. Now these commandments were given to the Israelites. He's not giving these commandments to the Gentiles. You understand that? All these people, right up till today, that try to get the Gentiles brought into the church to follow all this stuff, God isn't telling you to do that. That's a personal choice. But back in these days, when this was written, back in them days, that was the commandment for everybody that was within the gates of the tribes that were following God. If those Gentiles were going to live and be among them, they had to live the right way. You understand? And God made a statute. I guess it's called a statute. That they could eat the clean food with the Israelites. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on that too much, but that's what's going on here. He's not talking about you today. I'm looking at me there. Because I like beef brisket. I like pork ribs. Pork loin. I eat that stuff. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel, and the hare, and the coney, for they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof, therefore they are unclean to you. Specific instructions to his people. Oh, man. And the swine. He's talking to the Israelite people. He's talking about not eating the pork. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud. It is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. He was telling the Israelites, don't eat the pigs, not the Gentiles. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat. And whatsoever hath not fins and scales, ye may not eat. It is unclean to you. How about all you people that like lobsters, huh? They don't have fins and scales. You eat that stuff, do you? Again, the commandment was not given to the Gentiles there concerning that stuff. I wouldn't eat that crap anyway. It stinks. Of all clean birds ye shall eat. But these are they of which ye shall not eat: the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the glede, and the kite, and the vulture after his kind. Hey, these are far out words, man. I ain't going to try to go over it. And every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the cormorant, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. This is all the stuff you don't eat. And every creeping thing that flieth is unclean unto you. They shall not be eaten. Every creeping thing that flieth is unclean unto you. They shall not be eaten. Wow, I have to think about that one. But of all clean fowls ye may eat. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it. Or thou mayest sell it unto an alien. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed that the field bringeth forth year by year. That's a blessing, a commandment which, if obeyed, that will offer and give a blessing. That last part I just did right there. I got to stop for a couple minutes. I can only put so much in here for one time. I'll be back in a couple minutes here to finish this off. All right, I'm back again. I took a little break. You know, I'm in this book, Deuteronomy. I got marks all over the place with dates and times and stuff. All right, I was thinking about something, and I should talk about it for a minute. You know, when Moses organized this little exodus from Egypt, those people were slaves in there for a lot of years. There was a lot of people born, you know. The Israelites were a lot of people. And it was not only Israelites that left Egypt. There were a lot of Egyptians that went with them, and people from other countries, you know, that were intermarriage, all kinds of stuff. There was a lot of people. It was huge. Everybody in the land for miles in every direction both on this side of Jordan and that side of Jordan, the Red Sea. If you look at the maps of Egypt and where Israel is and Iran and all that stuff, listen, a lot of people were scared because these people were moving across the land and overtaking all the evil stuff that was out there and killing everybody. That was a commandment of God. He was wiping out the evil. Everybody knew that the Israelites were coming. They were afraid. I'm telling you tonight, beware. The evil is out there. Be prepared. Obey the commandments of God. Stay inside the hedge. There are armies of angels that can encircle you and your family and protect you and give you peace. It's recorded right here in the book. Pay attention to it. I think if you're reading the book of Jeremiah, I think it was Elijah and his servant. His servant couldn't see the angels, but Elijah asked God to open his eyes, and he saw that hedge that I've been talking about for a long time. I'm not going to try to tell you some of the things that I've experienced because it was my experience. You'll have your own. Believe it when God says this or that because it's truth. All right, I'm going to read just a little bit more, I think. Am I? Oh, man. I got to do it. I got to do it tomorrow night. I'm going to come back into this with another one. Let's see. This is 9:30, 18 at 1:44 a.m. All right. I'm going to shut this up. You know who you are. You know who I'm talking to. There are a few that read this. And those folks also look at my YouTube videos. You and I are the same. We're not perfect people. I am certainly no better than what you are. Matter of fact, many of you people I consider a lot better than me. Because I know what I've done. I've been forgiven for all that stuff. Now I'm trying to obey the commandment and share it with you. I love my family. I'll do some more tomorrow night.